Thank you so much, sir. It was a privilege. We were privileged to hear you, a dyslexic person, holding a school, running a school in a big way. So this is the time when we can understand that we should not think dyslexic or specially able child in a different manner. And this is a learning for us. Thank you so much for bringing forth the things which were not supposed to be opened, but you have opened it in such a way that people can understand and learn from it and make it a practice henceforth, that we should not take it in a different manner. They are usually normal and absolutely normal, I will say, that they can run in that. So we are coming up our QA round, and I have some 2 questions in front of me, which I'll read for you, and I would like that you should please answer to it. Yeah.
Sure.
So, how do we help children to see into themselves and understand what they want from life on their own?
Okay, this is very interesting, because a lot of what I was talking about is teaching children to be self-reflective, teaching children to consider how they feel and how they think about things. So that naturally gives them the ability to see into themselves and understand what they want from life. And the other thing I would say is, we are obsessed in this education system of pigeonholing things down from learning and everything down to a small scope. The great masters like Da Vinci were scientists, they were poets, they were philosophers, they were inventors, they were engineers and painters. But we pigeonhole down and down and down. When you teach in an IB way, when you teach this inquiry-based way, you teach children to think broader and broader and broader. And this way, it gives them the opportunity to see themselves being many things in life. Another point I forgot in my talk was, there is no reward in the modern day society for being a specialist and having one career and one choice. Companies are bought and sold like commodities. People are dumped after working 20 years for an organization in a specialist field. Now is a time where people should be adaptive and be able to change and adapt to different things throughout their life. As I personally have done, it's a new age where you should have the opportunity, and you do have the opportunity, to be many different things in one lifetime. So when children want to reflect on themselves and understand and look at what they want on their own, they should be able to be more than just a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer. You know, they should be encouraged to be anything. They can be those things, and there can be other things too.
Yeah, true. And really, if we give them this open hand, definitely they do wonders. So the being parent or being educator, it's a moral duty to give them the open hand. We should now stop saying that you are supposed to do this, you are supposed to do that. Instead, we should try to make them do on their, and that's why we are pushing to experiential learning instead of.
And the other thing we do is we're biased. We're biased because we went down the pathway of school, college, university.
Mm-hmm.
And we automatically bias that without even meaning to.
Yes.
We kind of encourage that as the natural pathway for everyone, whether it's right or wrong. It's what we know. It's what we're comfortable with. So
True.
We need to be aware of that too. It's not always a straightforward journey. Sometimes people's journey, it meanders like a river. It doesn't go straight like a waterfall. It's you know, you have to be more open-minded.
I agree with you. Absolutely, I agree with you. We should give this, and we should allow our children to do as they want to do, because they themselves are an individual and we are just their caretakers.
I have two grown-up daughters, and the hardest thing for me as a parent was accepting who they are. And from reflection, it's easy to see. I had my eldest daughter who would coast and get to see everything and be happy. I had my youngest daughter who would always get an A star and push herself so hard. So what did I do as a parent? I harassed my eldest daughter every week. Why aren't you getting an A? You're as bright as your sister. Why are you getting an A? She didn't want to get an A. She passed her GCSEs. She passed her A-levels. She graduated from university. She got a career. She got married. She's happy. I was the only one unhappy. I wasted years arguing with her when she succeeded on her terms. And the hardest thing for parents is to accept your children who they are. My youngest daughter will always get an A because that's who she is. My eldest daughter didn't need to. For her, she still passed. She still succeeded. And that's really tough as well, to acknowledge your children are individuals and will be their own person. And in this country and many countries, I've had the same problem where parents tell me that their 3-year-old daughter is going to be a doctor. And I'm thinking, you don't know who she is yet. She doesn't know who she is yet. Let her grow a little bit, let her experience and then discuss, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Thank you for sharing your experience and elaborating from your personal experience in a big way. So coming to our next question, that is how to develop understanding that the earth is for all in young minds. This earth is for everybody, not for me, not for you, and not for that particular person, but it is for everybody.
Well, what we do at the International Village School is we, I personally, this is because of my environmental science background, this is personally a big thing for me. So I run a garden club in the school, and all the children grow fresh fruit and vegetables within the school in our raised beds, and we take them straight from the ground to the table or to the lunchtime and wash and eat them. So we make a connection between the earth and healthy food and science and nature. So the first thing we do is connect people to the world. Then through teaching about being balanced and open-minded, we teach them to accept differences and be tolerant of each other. So through that mechanism of connectivity to nature and the world and the earth as one, and through the connectivity of understanding and cultural unity through understanding, we create an open-mindedness that allows them to realize that allows them to look at this concept, that it is for them. It is for them and not for any one group of people. So it's something that we like to think we do achieve.
Yes, absolutely. And see, every individual is born with his own space, with his own fate. So who are we? Yes, we are the parents, we are the educators, just to nurture them.
Exactly.
Yes, nobody.
We guide, that's all.
Yeah, absolutely, sir. So I like to ask our participants if they have any question, please mention in this chat box. If you do have any question. I think they are mesmerized with your experiential talk and they are stunned with this.
Namaste. Can I just shoot out the question to Mr. Peter Bird?
Sure.
Typing it out. Please, Ganesh, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah. So, Namaste. I'm Ganesh from Chrysalis, Chennai.
Hi.
I have two questions to ask you. In fact, I've been hearing about Village International School coming up in Chennai. I'm very curious to know why this Village International School. I mean, what's the significance of that? That's number one. The second question is, what's your take on having schools inclusive, in the sense there are, children with special needs or special care. What's your perspective of how do you make it inclusive for children, the schooling itself?
Part of your question. We are the International Village School because we are saying it's the African proverb, it takes a village to raise a child. So we're from the very beginning, the first time I meet the parents, we say that the parents, the teacher and the child, it's a collaboration between us all to raise that child. So it's not just about passing an exam, it's about development, and it's a collaborative responsibility between all of us to raise the child. So that's why we're the village. In terms of inclusive education, I completely support inclusive education. I've had many SEN units in my previous schools in other countries. At the moment, we're on a smaller 2-acre campus here, but we have another 10-acre empty plot that we're going to develop onto. We're only up to grade 6 now. This is only the beginning of our 3rd year. We're growing year by year, grade by grade. When we get up to the middle years program, then we'll break ground on our full school. And in our full school, we will actually have specific SEN department and integrated lessons for those students to join the mainstream as well. It's something that I've been involved in quite a lot with my mental health background. It's something I've worked in both in mental health in MenCat places in the UK and in schools in other countries too. So I'm very clear on the train of thought that says that children should be able to experience not just children with different culture, but children of different problems and different backgrounds. So I think integration should be a norm in all schools.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ganesh sir, for asking this question. And I would just like to add to Sir's Bird's saying that village, here he means the community, because child cannot be brought up by the school and the parents or the relatives. It is the entire community which is bringing him or her up. So probably this is the reason. And as per my studies, I have gone through your proverb of African proverb, village is the builder of a child. So yes, definitely the society matters. So you want to give that society feeling to each child of your school. I hope I make sense with these statements.